Hi everyone, it's Adrian Leah. This is going to be a knitting vlog, and I wanted to hopefully bind off the rest of the test knit pullover. This is the Kendall Ariella pullover test knit by Tetty Blitzak of Tetty's Knit Garden, and I love this garment. I've been trying it on since well, I made modifications at the end of the garment and towards the end of the test knit for a garment that would sit the way I would style it. And I'll talk about that. And I was also, or am also, using a different main color and contrast color. The main color is slightly different. It's like a heavy sport like DK, different brand, different yardage. So I ended up having this much left of the main color. So I'm I'm extremely happy with the outcome of this and where it ends, and um, the construction, and I will wash it today. I wanted to try to get some rest down here, and then I'll be moving upstairs because I don't want to disturb the guests that will be here, so it'll be my godbrother and his crew, so I'll be in another area of the house. And um, that area of the house has a full bathroom, so it'll be better for me to wash it or to block it upstairs. They're both non-superwash, so one of the main properties of this wool is that it's self-cleaning. I wouldn't have to wash it too much, and I was actually thinking maybe at some point I could um, wash it like in the snow, that method. I'm not sure if you would call it washing, but it's a recommended way of how to freshen up your knitwear. So I'll use the contrast color. So I have the Patagonia as the main color in the colorway Aquamarine, Juniper Moon Patagonia. This is the Beaches and Booches in the colorway Light Yellow. So I have quite a bit of the contrast color left, and this is 50 grams. And then it's a different brand than what was um, used for the garment with the what was used when Tetty was knitting hers. I will talk about the modifications, and then I'll discuss other things too. So, um, with the amount of yarn left, I ended up doing maybe like 2 inches less than what was called for. I I did 45 after I split for the sleeves, and um, where it ends after I did the ribbing and I did a split hem for the bottom. I could have sneaked it, but I felt like there was more interest for me to do a split hem because um, there's different preferences for knitters and what you like. So I love color work, as you may know, because I talk about it all the time. And I love a heavy colorwork yoke, and I love when the rest of the garment is the main color. Um, I like knitting sleeves. I don't mind knitting sleeves, and it took me 3 days to knit one each. The body, I just, this is for across the board. If it's just the main color and there's no color work on the body, I tend to try to find motivation, and it's definitely not um, specific to just those types of things that you do, um, because I love the effect of it. I just feel like it takes a while for it to get knit up, and um, so instead of maybe if I sneaked it at the end, I could have done something like that, but I decided to mark where, well, it was already marked where the beginning of round is on the garment, and started to separate at the points of where each, I guess, is it panel of the ribbing would be on each side. So you get this. The only thing is I had to keep in mind where that beginning of round was for this, and based off of where the placement was, I'm making more adjustments, but now everything is aligned. It's equal throughout, and I did less ribbing on here as well. So I'm not going to give the whole pattern away, but I did the 13 rounds of ribbing, and then I did another round of the blue, and then now I'm adding the contrast color and binding off. Um, I love the bind off on this one. It's my first time doing it. I didn't, it's my first time being introduced to this type of bind off, and um, I really like the way that it is, and I want to see how it lays after I block it. So I'll get started on adding the contrast color, and I'll talk about other fiber related things too. So I wanted to talk about the reason why I got this um, electric spinning wheel, and it's a specific one. It's a vintage USSR electric spinning wheel. I had a couple of things that I wanted to have for the wheel, but the main thing was out of this whole adventure of getting this spinning wheel is I wanted to shop Ukraine, specifically like an Etsy shop off of Ukraine, because I have been trying to see what would benefit me, and then I also wanted to directly help the Etsy seller, and um, I say benefit me. It sounds a little, I didn't mean for it to sound like that in a harsh way, but I wanted to get an item that I would use consistently, and I hope that came out better. So, um, I wanted to get an electric spinning wheel in general. I wanted to get one that could hold a lot of fiber. So I saw like the extra jumbo bobbins that one of the Ashford electric spinning wheels had, and if you got it like new and full price, that would be almost $1,000. And I tried to see where the price is, and I tried to see how much I would use it and if it would last. Ashford is credible. Um, I just was I was also looking for a specific plug, and some electric spinning wheels, I can't say for all of them, they might have like a cable and then you could change the adapter with it. Um, but I wanted to get one that would be like is it a Type C plug that you would use in Europe, which this one is, and I do have an adapter for it. I will invest in another adapter soon. The price difference isn't too much, and uh, the reason why I'm going to get another adapter is because the adapter that I have doesn't convert the voltage, and I was told that this is a reliable type of spinning wheel and it rarely fails. If it wasn't working or if it was going to, then it wouldn't spin, and it does spin. So, um, I have a pedal that goes with it, and it's supposed to increase with the speed, and with pushing it all the way down, it's moderately spinning, um, which it has been great for the type of fiber that I've been spinning. I like that it's consistent. I'm going to get the adapter, and I'll be able to increase the speed on it. Um, so this is from a Ukrainian seller, and that was the one of the main things. And um, the price is around like 260. So there is a big difference in the price point. And I figured since it's lasted this long, I feel like it's going to be something that'll last. And so I'm just looking at it. And There's this other spinning wheel, I believe it's from Lithuania, that I was really, really interested in. It's not available anymore, but I'm sure another spinning wheel will come up like this. So I wouldn't get it super soon just because, well, I have my spinning wheels and I don't want to carry too many heavy things. I would say majority of my items are light. Well, my tarot decks are not light, but I'm happy that they're kind of compact. But the other things, I feel like they're not heavy, and the other heavier things I would say are the equipment that are not even that heavy. The spinning wheel is like 10 pounds. And so take that into account, but it fits in my luggage, so I couldn't be happier. The loom fits in my luggage, so I'll be carrying equipment and padding the stuff with like yarn and clothing, and um I have decks with me. I have been using the same decks and I've been reading for quite some time. And I over the years I've really have have become accustomed to specific decks that I feel like I keep in my arsenal, so I do tend to gravitate towards them. And then there's some that are slightly newer. I have been reading with a lot of specific decks. So my Slavic decks are probably the main ones that I read with, and then the Angel decks have been ones that I've been reading with a lot recently because I didn't really read a lot with them. Um, I have my fairy decks. My fairy decks are my cherished ones too, so I'm going to have to sort them out because now that the spinning wheel is adding to the weight, I want to see everything, and now I have like the main things that I'm confident in having with me. Then there's the the cake winder, and like the Amish table swift that I use to cake up my yarn in when it's in hank form. So I would like to have it since I've used the same ones that I've had for years. So I would like to keep those with me too. So there might be like just one suitcase with mainly equipment. Um, and going back to the Lithuanian cellar, so this is a specific type of wheel because it's decorated with the Ukrainian colors, and they're also vintage spinning wheels, but um they're functional, so you could use the wheels. And I wanted to one of the other dreams that I had for spinning wheels, because my other dream was having an electric spinning wheel that and a spinning wheel that can hold a lot of fiber. So I have that now. Um, so the castle wheel is more of a like it's vertical. So you have stuff stacked like with the wheel centered, the pedals centered, the bobbin, the mother of all centered, and I love that shape. There was one of the ones that were like that was a castle one spinning wheel, but it's not there anymore. The seller description specifically says it's heavy, and I'm like, I can't add any more weight to what I already have. My spinning wheel that I have now is a Saxony wheel, and I love my Pippi spinning wheel. It's also a vintage one, so I don't mind using the vintage products. I feel like it's I feel like these types of products are lasting with the way that they're made. I'm not saying modern products can't be like that, but it's been this long. My Pippi spinning wheel, it almost seems like it's new. There's getting to know the wheel, so I get to see how I'm working and interacting with it. I also have the guide or the manual, and there's some diagrams here, but gradually I would translate areas. And there's another thing, there's two bobbins. I would at least like three so I could ply it with the fiber on the bobbins and then use the third one to get the ones that I spun up together, applied together. So I will get it 3D printed at some point. I feel like I'll get the adapter with the converter, converting adapter first. There's, well, wheels have different bobbins, so you'll have to see, but I might have to send these into, because I haven't taken off the other bobbins, so I want to see where these are, if it just adds some depth to where it is like near the whirl, and the diameter of these areas, and then the length. So that'll be something to do. I'm really interested in seeing the beaches and booches after I block this. Sorry, I'm just jumping from different topics because I feel like it'll really make a big difference in the finished product. And I'm happy when I was doing the split hem that it's it's something that you could just like try on, and I I just attach other cords, and then a lot of times I don't have a lot of cords. A lot of times I end up like drop the stitches come off the needles, but luckily it's non superwash. It tends to generally just stay in place. I'm just I'm proud because it's a good length for what I like, and it's about the length that a lot of my tops are. And these, I'm just talking about like general tops that you would get at a department store. So um, it's slightly longer than some of them, so it's nice. These are all this project is also on small needles too. So well, I added the contrast color, the yellow, to the bottom. Now I'm going to bind off. And um, I might see maybe I'll show the other spinning wheel. I mean, I'm definitely not gonna get it super soon. There's other things that when I move, I'll probably get. So there's the drum carters, and I've seen Ukrainian sellers sell a lot of those types of products on Etsy. So I am interested in getting a drum carter at some point, but I it's not something that I'm using at the moment, so it's okay for right now. I would like to get a floor loom, and I have mentioned that before. That takes up a lot of space, and it's heavy, and it's going to take long to set up, so that's not something that I'm doing right away either. But I would like to get more into my projects. Um, I was also interested in doing some like leather working too, but I'll see because I think I might get into embroidery. Sorry, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Um, Maybe sooner rather than later. Because I would like to embroider on some bags, and I will. I've mentioned that I wanted to do some embroidery on blouses too. So I have. I'm gonna make more socks. I do have socks on the needles right now, so one is basically just knitting until I get to the toe. So I did start the second sock, just I was I'm just at the ribbing. So this one I started before the test knit. The test knit was kind of a surprise to me, but I have this and I would like to get it finished because I can't find my socks. So I guess I'll be starting more sock projects because I like having things that I could use. I also have another garment that I have recently I wore this today. So this is one of the earlier projects. It's been years since I've knit this. It's like the Into the Wild, but I cropped it a lot. And so um this was really early, and um I still have it woven in my ends, but I will weave in the ends for this one. I just tuck this in, and it's really nice. The main color is a yarn that isn't made anymore, so I didn't have a lot of it. And I will end up casting on when I'm finished this. I'll have to get ready for clearing out some things down here, but I really wanted to start this project for a while, and I finally decided to. I feel like it'll be a quicker project because it's using a size 10 needle, and that one I feel like will be full length. I was thinking on whether or not I would end up making it into a cardigan, but I don't think I'm going to do that. Um, I do have a cardigan that I still have on the needles, and that one I'm definitely going to work on because I do love the way that it is. I have to see how much yarn I have for that project because I might do 3/4 sleeves if I don't have enough yarn, or I could see if I could get more yarn, but I got that yarn on sale a while back. It's for the Sariola sweater or cardigan, and um I set that project aside. I did do something differently on it, so I don't mind working on that chart. I like doing the color work on the projects. As for the size 10 needle project, I'm extremely excited because I've been wanting to make a, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I I've been wanting to make a pink garment. So this one is the Lafa Slopey. It's warm and cozy, ideal for outdoor wear. So the project that I was talking about is the size 10 needles. So this is 100% wool, and it's Icelandic wool. So I love this pink. It's gonna be the main color. I want to. I'm trying to think if I'm gonna do the sleeves first or if I'm gonna do the body first. Because if I do the body first, I don't have the contrast colors right now. I know that um the bottom of the garment, since it's a bottom up construction, it has color work at the bottom instead of just the main color, so that will be fun too. And then it'll be a quicker knit. I'm hoping to get that off the needles by the end of December because I really want to wear that. I think it'd be so pretty. I'll show what the pattern is that I'm using that for. And this pattern actually calls for this yarn, so I feel like it was meant to be that I've waited for this to do this project for a long time. I might do the sleeves first because I have the one color and because I have other projects that I'm working on anyway. So this is what I binded off so far, and I really love this project. So I'll get my phone. I will get a new phone when I move too. Mm, I kind of wanted a new laptop, but it's not like a huge thing if I don't, because I want to get the necessities and then see maybe if I could look into floor looms, if that will be something. Um, I don't know if I don't think I'm going to get a car, but I heard that I could just use my license for a year and then I would have to get another license for moving. Um, I'm just surprised that this was knit in a month because it was originally the deadline was for a month. So the first deadline was the 17th, and now it's a week extension, but I ran out of yarn anyway, and it's definitely not the project. It's me, but I usually buy certain amounts of yarn because I've knit a good amount of garments to kind of gauge what I like and what I could do with the amount of yarn that I have. And I still wanted to give this design justice, and I just wanted to bring it to life, and it was really important with the yarn choice and then the way that I would put it together for me, because um it'll be another layer, and I was originally thinking maybe I'll do shorter sleeves, but deep down I knew that I wanted full length sleeves, and I did the full length sleeves, and I couldn't have been happier with that. And so I, in my head, I was like, I want full length sleeves, and then like it kind of in my head it balances out to do like a shorter body. I like that type of clothing style for myself. I think it's a nice ratio, and where it ends. Um, I do have the Brusca on the needles, so I'll also be working on that too. I was saying that I was going to show the project. Well, this is how it is. Well, this isn't what I was talking about, but this is on my Ravelry because you wanted the And you can't really see, but down here you see where I'm at. So I said like 95% completed. And that's a skirt that I have with it. And then, because you have to show the finished product too. So I have some progress of this, and then I had to write my modifications. The sweater that I'm talking about is also on Ravelry, so I think I might do Christmas knits, but I'm not sure. Well, if I have like this project, then that's not going to take too long. I could do Christmas or holiday gifts too. So this is the wilderness sweater, and I have been wanting to do this for the longest time. Oh, and the sleeves have color work on it too. So I will actually get the other colors next time or whenever I start it. I might do the body first, then if that's the case. It's by Linka Newman, and I have one of her books, and it's for home decor, and I pre-ordered that. I really love the patterns in the book, so at some point I'll knit from it. I feel like once I knit something from a book, I usually knit a good amount from it, but I have a couple right now. Um, that I haven't knit from. There's one that I've been really wanting to knit, and it's the um, it has the I I feel like it's not called like the Loch Ness Monster sweater, but I really it's that's what I'm kind of thinking, and I've been wanting to knit it up because I've been trying to find where to get that pattern, and some patterns are just in books. So, and sometimes, like once a pattern gets published in a book, then it's not available to purchase on its own, and that might change at some point. It might not change at some point, but um, that's why I tend to get my patterns. And I don't know if I'll keep binding off on video, but I am a little over halfway finished the bind off for one of the sides. So maybe I'll do a couple more minutes because my laptop has been taking super long. I might restart it. I don't really know why it's taking so long. I feel like sometimes it does happen, but usually it's faster, so I'm not sure what to do about it. Okay, uh, just is this checking? I also had to make sure towards the end, I was doing the stockinette on the right side since I'm not working in the round anymore. That you wouldn't see like pearl bumps on the wrong side. I do want to finish my holiday scarf from last year too. So there's a couple things that I really want to catch up on. And I'm not going to say I'm never going to do another testing because that's definitely not the case. But in the meantime, I feel like there's a little more downtime to do other things. And I was thinking maybe I could do gift knits, but I will see how that goes because I'm not one to just knit under pressure. For test knits, I feel like I know I already have a deadline, so I always keep that in mind. And I don't sign up for test knits if I feel like I would like to get other things completed in another time frame, and I want to give a lot of, well, I'll give the time and effort to the test knit. So I will say that towards the end, it was definitely a lot of knitting. Um, I didn't mind it. I just have a couple of cuts on this finger though, because as when I push down the needle sometimes, and it doesn't normally happen, but maybe since there was so much knitting going on, it just happened. But I'm not upset. Just a little more to go, and then I'll clean a little bit, and then sleep a little bit, and wake up, and move, and then probably sleep a little bit. Because I normally don't start my day off um, until like mid afternoon. Today I left a little later. I was gonna knit. Oh yeah, I wanted to block this. I was hoping to, well, get the project dried as soon as possible. It'll be ready for sure by the time it's knit night, and that's on Tuesdays for me for going to one of the yarn stores because you want to show that you have a finished project, that you finish your project. Um, let's see. Because I feel like I'll get a charcoal color to go with this, and then I feel like I'll just do 3 colors, so we'll have to see actually, because the yolk is probably the cream, and then see the pattern. I might adjust colors But I feel like I'll do like the black or the charcoal gray and then like an ivory or like a background canvas color. I usually think about it as canvas because it's like with the color work you're making the picture, but that won't be for a while. I have a cabled sweater that I wanted to do. I might because it has like I have the well, I don't know if I have all the yarn for it, but I have majority of the yarn for it. And it's definitely a lot to start off with. So it's the Hobby Lobby's 100% wool, and I just saw this cable sweater and I really want to knit it if I'm not using that yarn for something else. And I'm hoping it'll it won't take super long, but I like knitting cables. I've never knit a cable garment before. So this is what I have left for the bind off, and I bind it off this, and I feel like it just opened up a world of 2.5 needles, the US 2.5, because I bought these needles for this project because I noticed a lot of Teddy's projects have like a 2.5, um, and I didn't have that size in my sets, so I figured it would be a good time to pick it up. And this is also the 4-inch tip, the ChiaoGoo brand. Let's see. Teddy also uses ChiaoGoo as well. And I, well, also to show like why I modified it the way that I did. That's why I have those pictures, and she's also on social media too. So it's to show the progress and the projects when they're finished. I'm for sure gonna weave in the ends. hmm Oh, I was saying that I started my day a little earlier today. No, I didn't. I left a little later today because I was going to the bookstore. Because, well, one of the bookstores that is like the second closest to me, Because my godmother wanted me to help her bring my aunt in from a doctor's appointment. So I waited for them to get back. It's getting cool. So I might switch out. Well, I have one of my jackets that would be for this weather. I might put my other jackets. I have another trench coat that is more for like this type of weather, and then I have the lighter one that I usually wear for work. That one I might put away, but October has been warm, so I was seeing how it would be. So there's the cord, then that's it. The project is complete. Now I will later I'll block it and weave in the ends. This is, and then it'll relax. I don't think it'll stretch too much. I've used Patagonia for as the main color for a couple of my garments, and it's non-superwash anyway. So I like that it is more predictable in that way. Super happy with it. I'll sorry, I will post the progress video, and I have other clips of other things in that I'll add. That's on my phone too. But this is it. Thank you guys so much for all of um well, seeing the progress for this project. I'm really happy, especially that I knit this in a month, and it's modified slightly, but it'll, I feel like it'll be a little bit above my hips by the time it's dry after blocking it, and it's longer than my other crop sweaters. The one that I showed earlier, that one's a really, really crop sweater, and I use it with a specific skirt, and it makes me feel like a winter princess when I have it on. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in another video. Bye.